Welcome back to the channel everyone. I hope you are doing absolutely well. This is Yuri back with another video. So in this video we are going to be revisiting the 2-year-old Xiaomi smartphone, that's the Redmi Note 5 Pro over here. So without any further ado, let's now get started. So here is my Redmi Note 5 Pro. As you can see over here, I have been using this device from past 1.5 years as my secondary device and sometimes as my primary device too while I'm testing some ROMs on this one. And I must say this device has aged really well. As you can see, still it looks like a brand new device here. I don't have many dents or scratches except a few over here. As you can see, that's because I have been using case like all of the time over here. So starting off with the display over here, it has got 5.99 inch 1080p IPS LCD display over here. Yes, and this is the 18:9 aspect ratio, which was first in the budget segment, which was released by Xiaomi over here back in 2018. And this display is still pretty capable, I should say. As you can see, the viewing angles are not the best over here, but still the sharpness is pretty good and you can play 1080p videos on YouTube etc without any issues on this one. It's working really well still in 2020. And as you can see, this is not an AMOLED display, that's why the viewing angles are not that great, and even the IPS LCD panel used over here is 2 years old. That's why the display quality is not as great as some of the IPS displays what we have seen in 2020, but still it's usable over here. So talking about the physical overview of this device, on the back, as you can see, we have got dual camera setup over here, a fingerprint scanner which is pretty good. We have the MI logo over here. And talking about the bottom side, we have got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and here is the micro USB port. This is not Type C because Type C came like with Redmi Note 7 Pro maybe. And the main microphone, speaker grill, and going towards the right over here we have got the power button and volume rockers, which gives you tactile feedback, like there is no any wobbling or anything like that. And the metal rim, this device is entirely constructed using metal, that's really nice, that's why it has aged really good over here. And going towards the left we have got the SIM tray over here. This accepts 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card. This is a hybrid slot over here. And coming towards the front, we have a single camera over here and your earpiece and a front flash. As you can see, this is pretty rare in 2020. This device also came with a front flash, that's really nice. Talking about the cameras on this one, at the back we have got 12 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel secondary camera over here. This is dual camera setup. The cameras on this one is pretty good, but not with the stock MIUI over here. I like change ROMs every now and then, and currently I'm running the Oxygen OS ROM as I told you earlier, and I have installed Google Camera app on this one. As you can see, Google Camera is working absolutely well in this one. It has enhanced the camera like at least up to 50%, I should say. That's really nice. As you can see, some of the sample shots what I took over here, some of these were taken on a moving bus and some of these were taken at my home, and still the camera app is performing really good. It takes pretty good photos, even portrait mode shots are also really good. So coming towards the front camera over here, as you can see, we have got a single 20 megapixel shooter over here, which takes pretty good photos outdoors and even indoors. It's pretty good, and it's not like in 2020 standards, but still with the help of Google Camera application, it takes really good photos, I should say. Talking about the fingerprint scanner on this one, this has a rear fingerprint scanner, rear mounted one, and it works 99% of the times, I should say. It's pretty accurate, pretty fast. Even it's faster than the in-display fingerprint scanner that comes with some of the budget smartphones over here. Talking about the processor on this one, it has got Qualcomm Snapdragon 636 over here. It's an octa-core processor clocked at 1.8 GHz. It's a pretty old processor, but still it handles whatever you throw at it pretty fine, I should say. There are no any major issues with whatever you use on this one. Day-to-day tasks are pretty fluid, and with the help of Oxygen OS, it's like even more buttery smooth, I should say. No issues at all. And if you try to play games like Call of Duty Mobile etc, Free Fire, also PUBG, I used to play a lot on this one, and in extended usage too, it was working really well, I should say. If you are using stock MIUI, then too you will get pretty good performance out of this processor. There should be no any stutters or anything like that. Occasionally you might feel like there are a bit of lags if you are on MIUI, but if you are using custom ROM, that lag should also not be there even in like extended usage. Pretty good processor over here. So talking about the battery on this one, it has a 4000 mAh battery and battery life is also pretty good, I should say. but I'm using custom ROMs over here, that's why battery life depends. Like stock MIUI gives you a little bit better battery life, but with custom ROMs battery life is not the best over here. Still, I'm getting pretty good battery life on this one. Let me show you my battery states while I'm running this ROM over here. So going into battery and my detail usage, as you can see over here, I'm getting pretty good battery life over here, and for me at least this amount of battery life is pretty enough, I should say. And while I'm using this ROM over here or any other custom ROM, I also get fast charging capabilities enabled with this phone. So if I plug a fast charger, then it will charge your device fairly quicker than like stock MIUI ROMs. So yeah, a plus point again over there. Talking about the sound output from single speaker, you can hear it, as you can see. Pretty good, I should say. I didn't had any issues with this one. Even outdoors it's like audible, not the best, but yeah, you can use it. There are no any issues with the speaker over here. So my end conclusion would be that you can definitely go for Redmi Note 5 Pro if you are tight on budget even in 2020, as this device is available somewhere around 6 to 7k offline. Yes, it comes with two RAM variants, 4GB RAM and 6GB RAM. So I am using 4GB RAM over here. Still, I don't have any issues with RAM management or anything like that. And 4GB RAM variant is available somewhere around 6 to 7,000 max. 6GB is available for around 8,000 offline, but online it's still priced at 10,000 or 12,000, somewhere 10 to 12,000. So for 10 to 12,000, I'll not recommend you guys this device over here. But for 6 to 7k and 8k, it's pretty good, I should say. Like it's better than some other devices that come in that price range. So you can buy offline in Bangalore. If you are from Bangalore, you can just Google it like offline stores and you can get it for pretty cheap, I can say. And if you go for used options, you may get it even cheaper, like refurbished or slightly used options are also available over here, and those will cost you somewhere around 5,000 rupees. That's it, 5 to 6,000 rupees for 6GB RAM variant. 4GB is available for even more cheaper. That's really nice. For that price, I would definitely recommend you guys this device even in 2020. So this was a quick little revisit of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Also do follow me on Instagram, link is in the description or it's appearing somewhere on the display. This is all about technology 24/7. Signing off for the moment. You guys have a great day. Peace.